All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Tim Bristol after party. And so far in here with us, we've got, of course, the guest of honor, Mr. Tim Bristol is with us. If you missed the original interview with Tim, it is linked in the description box below, so you can go check it out if you like. And also, all of Tim's awesome links are in the description box of the interview. And, of course, we got also chowing down tonight. Mr. Mikey Famine is with us. We have the lovely Stephanie Helms is also with us. We have my very good friend, Mr. Irish Swede, is with us. And my brother from the other coast, Mr. Canadian Ollyman, is also with us. He's stoned as fuck because he couldn't even do a haiku properly tonight.
I corrected
it. After that fact.
Yeah, still.
Fair enough.
I don't know that you can take poetry back.
I think it was open book, so it's all good.
See, now I'm saving all of those in a notepad, so I have the dozen or so that I've made so far.
Oh, have you? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Ollie's going to roll a joint with that paper and get higher than he's ever been.
There's no paper involved with a computerized notepad, Mikey.
Well, thanks for having fun and a joke with me, Ollie. Thanks. It's fun playing. Good to have a fun time with Ollie.
Never trust stone people.
We're stoned.
What about Stonehenge? Is that a thing?
Stonehenge?
Yep.
Isn't that a strain of weed?
In High Times magazine, some guy did all the pillars of Stonehenge out of weed nuggets and did a whole thing. It was Stonehenge. Yep.
No.
This is back in the 90s, I think, when I saw that. I'll see. There might be a picture floating around.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be. It's to scale, right? It's probably like 1/10 scale or something.
Oh, it's like on the guy's coffee table. Come on, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It just looks like Stonehenge.
Clearly came up with the idea while stoned.
Yeah, that'd be easy enough to do though if you had a good model to show you what it looked like to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
All you need is some toothpicks, slide them through the center of your nugs, hold everything together, and stand it up. I could do that.
Holy shit!
Well,
there's actually a band called Stonehenge.
You could do a diorama of how I erected Stonehenge with little little pulleys and Paleolithic humans pulling up the bits of bud and all of that. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not stoned, but I feel like I ought to be.
I'm trying to find
Hello, Alma, for saying hi in the chat.
Hi, Alma.
Oh, hi, Alma.
Good evening, Lupe.
So Swede, this is my friend Tim. I know you guys haven't met before. Did you have any questions about his deconversion, Swede?
No, I'm good.
I'm still confused as to whether or not he's deconverted.
We got no audio from you.
Tim, did you hear what my final total bill was? Take a guess.
Fix your mic. Fix your mic first, and then guess, or else we won't hear it. Guess. I'll guess. $1, Bob.
Oh, I can't find. They don't have anything.
I didn't find it either. No.
$3.50.
Damn,
Loch Ness monster.
$3.50.
$3.50. Yeah, no, they got. There is one here that's made up of roaches. In an roaches. Yeah.
Another Stonehenge made of roaches.
Yeah, made of roaches. Yeah. And they got one made out of pipes, I think, or something here.
Still can't hear you, Tim.
Lighters.
I've never smoked a joint before.
Have you hit the actual mute button on the mic itself?
What about in the settings down below?
No, we'd see him muted there.
No. If you go into the settings, it might have an audio.
Yeah, you might have like the wrong
I switched
input
to microphone
selected.
We can kind of hear you now.
Now we can hear you.
Kind of.
It's very faint. So switch it back to the good microphone and see if it turned back on. No.
Professional broadcaster, everybody. Tim Bristol.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There you go. You kind of sound normal too.
I don't know what happened, but my microphone was turned off.
I know what happened, my friend. Ghost spiders.
Ghost spiders.
StreamYard. Just StreamYard.
You joke. Everybody laughed about the ghost spiders, and they didn't like that shit. They took that shit. personally.
Ghost spiders from Mars.
They took that shit personally. All right,
So-
Tim, what's your guess?
For what? For how much it costs Swede?
Yep.
$100,000
Wow.
100,000 for what?
up.
I don't know.
$250,000.
I still don't know what we're guessing at.
Higher and
Oh my
higher.
God. $1 million.
Okay.
$310,000.
Oh my God.
$100 billion.
Now, here's the fun part. Out of the $310,000, how much was the actual surgery itself? The 7 hours I was in surgery.
$1, Bob.
No, the 7 hours you were on the table was probably 25 grand an hour. So 175
Finally.
grand just for that.
Finally,
part.
the
I'm gonna say-
algorithms are working properly.
I'm going to say under $100,000.
Definitely under 100.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Under $100?
No,
I'm gonna win.
Under 100 grand.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Mikey, you win because the answer is $7,700.
Yeah.
What? It costs $1,000 an hour.
Basically, yeah. But
Wow.
$1,000
Brand new
an hour
car.
for a aortic surgeon, 2 vascular surgeons, and everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about that cost. I'm mad about the $30,000 per day it cost me to be in the hospital.
Yep.
Right.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It,
Yeah, dude, you go broke in the States if you have to spend any time in the hospital.
Was that what they were paying you to be stuck there?
That's what the insurance company is going to pay.
Damn.
Glad I'm not your insurance company.
Thanks, Aetna.
Oh, you have Aetna.
Glad
Yeah,
I
sweet.
met you.
Swede, we definitely got to talk about the American healthcare system on a show.
Yeah, because my vascular surgeon and Dr. Gao and Dr. Talukdar both sat down with me and we started talking to Econ for about 45 minutes when they did their rounds. And then at the very end, they were like, oh shit, we got to finish our rounds.
Right.
But yeah, they were fascinated by, a lot of their inability to just see the different avenues of, because they were all like, how do you
Holy shit.
reward someone like me who can do this very complicated, surgery, like within a different system and everything. And there's so little supply of me and so much demand of
Right.
people that need care. And to which I replied, how many proteges could you have if cost wasn't an issue for med school?
Right. Yeah.
I think a lot of people leave that aspect of the whole thing out. A lot of the costs at the end of the day are front loaded. You're putting people in debt, and they have to recoup those costs, and they have to, and then there are the costs of going into practice itself. It's just I think people don't think that these costs all build up.
I actually did some policy research on that, but it was specifically for the VA and what their shortage of doctors is going to look like in the next 20, 30 years. It's going to be ridiculous because they're not replacing their doctors. But the federal government used to fund a certain amount of people going for medical degrees, and they've since cut back on that. And now there's going to be a period over the next 10, 15 years where a third of all doctors are going to retire, and they don't have the med students to replace those doctors.
A lot of boomers that were doctors
Yeah.
that are going bye-bye.
And
Or
there's
Zoom.
not,
Yeah.
they're not putting enough people through med school. The government's not funding enough med school programs.
The amazing part
Problem.
about the 3 surgeons on my team, though, I look at them and I go, you guys look like you're 26 years old, all 3 of you. So, but I mean, they were in their
Add
early
it together.
30s.
Add it together. You guys are 26 years still.
But, they were all early 30s, and that to me, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we know someone that's going to be a doctor, so.
So,
There's one.
Swede, you didn't tell any of them to get off your lawn at
No.
all. No. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
They sat down and asked how I was, and I go, "Well, I'm alive thanks to you guys."
Right.
So I had my 3-week checkup with Dr. Merritt, who was the one who did the surgery on the actual secondary arch where it tops out and comes back down. That's her specialty.
No.
Only on that part.
No.
Yeah.
And so I got pretty much a clean bill of health, as much as
that's
clean
great.
as it can be.
In Latin America, they just die. Oh,
Yeah.
Ma,
That,
don't
that,
die.
that. Yeah. That's true too.
Like you, Alma, don't die. I was going to say, Uncle Beck, you want to come in? You haven't been in a while, and neither has Dave. Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
But
Yeah,
not
Dave.
In Cuba. But not in Cuba. I mean, it's amazing. The Cuban healthcare system is amazing. Just incredible.
The doctors are amazing. The healthcare system is hampered by the United States embargoing them.
Truth. That's truth. What they've been able to do with
Hey,
the
Wes.
resources that they have is just incredible.
Yeah, you want to talk about a state-sponsored charity? Basically, is their doctor system when they send them all over the world.
Indeed.
It's if we would stop embargoing them, their healthcare system would be one where we would probably have medical tourism in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be first. I got this thing.
I mean, you go down there and you could my entire hospital stay in Cuba, like as far as actual like hard cost, even what the state would pay and everything would probably be a 10th.
Mikey, I hate to tell you this, but you might need to see a physician because your arm is not connected to the rest of your body
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying. Like this is recent, and
I mean,
I'm not gonna freak out about it. I'm not gonna worry myself until I know exactly what it is. So, but this is weird, right?
I like the slimming, but it's
yeah. There's a level that you can't
I'm concerned about your health right now.
I don't know if it's a doctor he needs to see though.
Maybe I need to
Which
see.
Doctor?
Maybe I need to
paranormal.
see.
That's what I was going to say.
Tim, what'd you call yourself? A spirit doctor?
I'm a spirit doctor.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm going ethereal. Do you have any creams or salves that I can apply?
So I have this squirt bottle of holy water. Maybe that'll work.
I'll take care of it.
I was thinking he's kind of like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, and he's slowly fading away because someone's talking to the factory.
The picture.
Yeah, Mikey,
away, yeah.
did you go to the past and fuck it up? And is that why you're disappearing now?
What are you, a cop? I don't owe you no goddamn explanations.
Did you all see the video of Christopher Lloyd and
Visible is very slimming.
What's his face reunion?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox's reunion. Yeah, they would at some Comic-Con or whatever. Christopher Lloyd and Fox were there together.
Yeah, I saw them with the big hug picture. Lloyd did not.
I'm a spirit doctor, not a witch doctor. We're very different.
Yeah, for trademark reasons, they're distinct intellectual properties. You can
That's
really
right.
get them you'll get him a copyright strike if he says he's a witch doctor.
It's a whole different skill set. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Get this dog.
Fuck, I was just going to start singing too, Ooh wee, ooh ding dang.
I've been wanting to do that for the last 5 minutes.
First time I heard that, I think, was the Alvin and the Chipmunks version, to be honest.
Tim, when are you going to go disc golfing?
Oh, jeez.
When am I going to go disc golfing? Oh my god. I just took an actual golf lesson last week, so I'm working on that right now.
Dude,
He plays real golf.
Play disc golfing.
I know.
The
I
fuck
can't
do
have too many sports though.
This one's
many-
way less expensive.
I know, but I
That's
already paid for
true.
the clubs and the golf lesson.
Oh my God! Really?
One round
You
of disc
invested in
golf and
clubs?
you're or real golf, and you've covered yourself for like 10 rounds of disc golf, right?
Yeah.
Joe said that I'm drinking holy water.
One round of real golf.
No, that's a Starbucks cup. Starbucks is Satan.
Oh, that's right.
No, Starbucks
What?
is a different cult. They're
Right.
actually
The
funny
espresso
one.
cult.
I used to work for Panera Bread.
St. Louis Bread
And
Company.
yeah, whatever they want to call themselves. Actually, they're also Paradise Cafe in some places. But so they have a whole like corporate mantra or whatever. Their logo is literally called Mother Bread, and I considered them a bread cult because of all the corporate speak and all the banter like they give to their employees. Like they're literally like their culture is very culty, and it's weird.
Target
Oh,
was
yeah.
Target was like that. It's like we don't have customers, we only have guests. And we treat
Yeah.
our guests into our home, and once they're in our home, we make them happy, we will have the best company ever. And they just kept the best company ever shit rolling. I was like, yo,
That sounds like you get in and you won't be allowed to leave.
right. Hotel
Yeah.
California.
The Hotel California. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know if any of y'all ever been to a Target, but you can't leave there without spending at least $100.
I've been to a couple.
I've been into a Target and left without spending $100 because I had one particular like $6.99 item that I wanted to pick up, and I picked it up and I walked out the door and spent $6.99.
Joke's on you, Target. I just steal all your shit now.
Well, there you go. There's also that option. There is that option.
$100 worth of products, zero out of my bank
Yeah.
account.
5-figure discount.
Thank you very much. You got too much. The shelf was overflowing. I did you a favor.
Yeah, you're overstocked in this item, so
Yeah.
I
So,
brought you down to normal. Send
Yeah,
me,
it's just-
send me $20 as a thank you note.
Now you can charge more for the ones that I didn't steal. You know, like you got to think of this as I'm helping.
It's called inventory management.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's that's fine. Well, I was hired as an inventory management technician.
A field tech for the inventory management team.
Yeah, exactly.
Spice it up real
Apparently-
nice. I'm like, oh,
you can,
I'm so
you
sorry.
can put it on your resume, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, I got to go to Target and
regarding
get a super
Halloween,
soaker.
Regarding Halloween, around I have been very disappointed of Halloween in the U.S.
Why?
because they keep saying in the news that they're going to give edibles and stuff,
my
and I
God.
never get any.
I know.
Honey,
Gotta come to
honey,
It's
Vancouver.
expensive to give away. No
Go,
offense.
no. Go to Salem, Massachusetts. Go to Salem, Massachusetts right now, and that place is it's a zoo right now. I just spent the last 5 days in Marblehead racing, and going through Salem. I would go through Salem frequently, and the place is filled with tourists taking pictures of the House of the Seven Gables, and Salem is a hotbed of psychics and
Scum and
crystal whoa, and
Yeah.
people are walking around town and looking like witches and all of this
Oh,
other
no.
stuff. It's fucking crazy. It's the entire month of October is nuts in
It turns into
Salem.
Halloween Town, is what you're saying.
It
Oh,
is
okay.
Halloween. It's totally Halloween Town.
Halloween
And
Town.
Halloween in Salem. I remember I was driving back from New York from a regatta in Oyster Bay, and we were going back to my friend Nancy's house. She lives in Marblehead, and there are two ways to get to Marblehead. The most direct way is through Salem, and we're on the Massachusetts Turnpike heading in, and looking at the little thing that Waze had plotted out for us. And I said, Nancy, this has us going through Salem. She goes, yeah. I said, do you know what day it is? She said, it's Halloween. And I go,
Oh.
yeah, we don't want to go through Salem on Halloween.
So I live maybe an hour and a half away from Salem, Massachusetts, and I used to go there every year to counter protest the Christian protesters that always show up there. So I would go there and they'd have their
guys are assholes.
Yeah. And they'd have their signs saying, Halloween is the devil or whatever. And I'd be like, well, you're the devil, just to fuck with them a little bit. They hated it.
No, you're the devil. I know you are, but what am I?
Basically, yeah. I'd go, they'd have their signs. We'd have, like, me and my friends would have our signs, and we'd just harass them because they're just not nice people.
No,
I would totally.
They're very earnest.
I would totally make signs and stand next to someone like with an arrow. I'm like, his sign is stupid. And I was just like, chuckle next to people and just like,
it's like the old "I'm with stupid" T-shirts.
Exactly.
I used to have one of those.
There's no defense for that unless they want to change their sign.
I had that T-shirt with the arrow pointing up.
Yeah, the one that says "stupid."
Father's Day
with
presents.
the stupid. Yeah.
Father's Day presents have really gone downhill. They're just tearing my man Sweet up over there.
The one thing I've always noticed about particularly evangelical Christians is the complete absence of a sense of humor. There's just no laughs in those guys.
Nah.
It's just and I just think to myself how sad it is that you need to be this earnest.
It's that way with most Abrahamic faiths, though. I mean, the three of them are very uppity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think it's the more. I think it's the more. The people that take this stuff literally, they're the people that just have no sense of humor whatsoever.
Oh, they find lots of stuff funny, but they like dead naming people and taking away people's reproductive right. Like that's fun. That's their entertainment.
That's their fun.
Yeah.
That's because they've got nothing else.
They only have one joke, like saying, "Oh, I identify myself as a rocket."
Yeah. It's attack helicopter, I believe is the.
Yeah, it was attack helicopter.
One joke.
I tried making jokes with them, but they don't like it. Jesus goes into a hotel, slaps 3 nails on the counter, and says, "Can you put me up for the night?" They didn't like that.
Guys, it's been fun, but I do have to run. So
running is hard, man. Just walk.
Why running? It's too late to run.
But I'll definitely come back in another after party and hang out with you guys.
You're always welcome, Tim. Always.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow.
Night, Tim.
See you tomorrow, boyfriend.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll put out a thank you tweet later. You can
all right. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
My wife says I have boyfriends because it's usually one of like 4 or 5 people that I'm either texting or talking to, and it's usually these 3 fools, and then Tim. That's usually.
Oh, speaking of fools, hi back.
Welcome back.
I didn't do that.
You froze back.
I didn't do that. That
freezing.
Again, it froze.
Yeah,
oh, that was funny.
Oh, you're back. You're back. Oh, all he's got is Halloween.
I'm back
with the toques on out.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Back again.
Yeah.
Back is back.
I'll go back.
Tell a friend.
What are you crazy fuckers doing? I messed up. I meant to text Neil right when I came in so the coins would go off, but I forgot to do it. Yeah.
It's all right. I got you. This one's on the hey. This one's on the house.
There we go.
This is on the house.
Nope.
What do you want, silly?
It's not happening.
I don't want you to call me silly in front of other people. That's
That's a
Hi,
private thing.
Boomer. God, Ollie, he's twice the fucking size already. You've only had him 2 weeks.
What? Yeah, he's put on about 10 pounds. since
Like
I've
2
had him.
months.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
How long have you had him?
August 25th.
I thought it was
So,
about 2
a
months.
month and a half.
Oh,
But I mean,
Yeah,
you can't see his
okay.
ribs anymore, so that's a good thing.
what's his name?
Boomer. Boomer.
Boomer.
Boomer. Boomer.
Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
He said, "You keep saying my name like that, I'm gonna kiss you in the
Get
mouth."
down. Get down.
I hate to tell you, Ollie, but German Shepherds love to give kisses.
I know. I've had shepherds my whole life. I know.
Yeah. My parents
Have
used to
kids.
breed them.
And love to play catch. So
Yes. And very protective of their children.
I'm gonna.
Was that fucking Boomer?
That sounded.
Yeah, that was him sliding across the floor.
yeah.
You gotta be careful with them when they give you kisses. They could literally hit your fucking tonsils, and it's kind of gross. So
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I,
no.
Yeah.
I've been French kissed by one dog in my life. Luckily, it was my dog, so it was okay.
TMI,
but
TMI.
it was
Yeah,
not
TMI.
okay.
Just speaking of that, Bailey, when I first got her like 10 years ago, the first night she was with me, I'm sleeping in bed and I wake up with her with her tongue in my throat. It's like, what's going on?
Gag me with a dog.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Try
a
to
kid
keep
and we
it.
were. I was a kid and we were sitting down eating watermelon on the front porch, and somebody said something funny, and I laughed. And next thing I knew, I had a dog tongue in my mouth.
I was down there petting the dog. Look up. Ah!
Yeah,
I'm getting that
she liked
watermelon.
watermelon. She really liked watermelon.
This one likes cucumber.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's true, man. For some dogs, anyways, that's all they think about is stick, or ball,
Yeah.
ball, right? For 12 hours.
I like my old landlord's dog, Neil. It would just like 3 throws and just find her a piece of wood, and then she would go lay down and chew it. It's perfect.
Oh,
3 throws, we're done.
Doggo,
Zero.
doggo in doggo bed. Yay!
Well, he
He's
wants
so
to keep
mad,
playing catch,
Booger.
but he won't give me the thing back so that I can throw it for him again. He just walks around me trying to keep it away from me. So
That's
he
what he
prefers
does.
to play the keep away game. I know.
Right?
That's exactly what he does. I'm like, dude, I'm not
Yeah.
playing chase.
No, I
So
know.
if you want to play fetch, we can do fetch. If not, have fun with your ball.
I taught my
He likes
cats
to
to
play
bring their
tug of war
toys
with
back.
me.
They play fetch.
I got this other thing for playing tug of war with him.
Because I'm too lazy to walk across my 5-foot long living space in my
You want
tiny
to play
house.
tug of war with your dog? Get one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Damn near indestructible. I've had that for 2 months, and he's only done that little bit of damage to it on one of
That's
the
pretty
things.
good.
And it'll
Pretty
save
good.
your hand.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
There's some space in between. Yeah. They don't mean to. They get excited.
he doesn't even pull on it
Me
that much.
too.
He just wants me to hold it so he can chew on it, give it little tugs.
Well, Zero only goes for the part where my hand is holding. He doesn't care about the extra part. He wants to get where my hand is to get my hand off of it. So they get like, oh, you want to put ow, bitch, motherfucker, you missed the whole toy, asshole.
Yeah, that's my hand. We had a German Shepherd growing up, Ollie, and every time we got off the bus, because my mom would tie him up outside during the day, he was really hyper and just full of energy. He was a big fucking dog. So she'd tie him up outside, and we get home from school and get off the bus, and he'd break the chain. So we put a bigger chain on him, and he broke the chain, and we put a bigger chain. We had to put a toe chain on him.
Yeah,
We literally had to put a toe chain on a freaking German Shepherd, and the stake that was in the ground that had held all that time, we put the toe chain. He bent the freaking stake, and we had to tie him up around a tree with the toe chain because he just broke. His chest was huge.
Get a fucking
run at
anchor
full
chain.
speed too.
Anchor
Huh?
chain.
Just run at full speed, snap it. If you just sudden snap, right?
Does anybody know the name? Does anyone know the name of Hitler's shepherd?
Nope.
Fuck, I don't
really
remember.
care.
Chomp or something stupid, right?
No. It's Blondie.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Yeah, he wishes. That's why he was trying to fuck all the Aryan soldier. Never mind.
You know.
Exactly. Do you have another one named Blue Eyes?
Right.
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
Blue Eyes Lick Dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's playing the Aryan version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes,
Right.
white guy.
Blue Eyes White Supremacy Dragon.
Yeah, white supremacy dragon. There you go. Merc says, did he finally break the tree he was tied to?
Right, that tree ended up in the front yard.
Through the living room.
Through the living
No,
room.
he did not. He did not break the tree. He did get away, and we think he went back to his original home because we had gotten him out of a shithole situation, and so we never saw him again.
Glutton for punishment.
Oh.
I guess, I don't know.
Well, yeah, you can't really know.
When I was 15 years old, at one point in time, we had 44 different shepherds at the house.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
That many?
44?
yeah, 44.
That's a lot of love.
It
Oh,
was
you're breeding
two
them?
litters of puppies. Yeah, my
Yeah.
parents. Yeah, we used to run a kennel down here. My parents
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
showed dogs and bred dogs professionally, so we were selling them for a while there. We used to we at in the wintertime we had 16 adults because we used to run 2 full dog sled teams,
Mhm.
right? In the wintertime, just for something to do with the shepherds, run dog sleds. They love it. They just love it. They go crazy for it. So,
Ass.
but yeah, no, we had at that when we had 44 dogs, there was 2 litters of puppies. So
Mhm.
2 separate litters that were about 3 weeks apart. I think it was 4 weeks apart, something like that. It was ridiculous. So 2 different rooms down in the basement. Yeah.
Have you ever seen those? What are they called? Longenberger or something like that? Those dogs. They were originally bred in, I think, in like Germany or someplace like that to be work dogs to pull carts for people to like, harvest and stuff with.
Yeah.
So
So they're
now
huge?
they're big. Like they sit. One of them sat down and I'm 5'6.5",
Mhm.
and he sat down and his head was like right here on me.
Oh
And
no.
he leaned on me. He almost knocked me over. I was like everything I could do. And the guy goes, "Be careful. He'll hurt your knee. He's already blown mine out." Like he doesn't mean
Oh.
it. He would just lean on you like, "I love you." And he'll like pop your knee out of socket because he's so big. They weigh like 120, 30 pounds and they have like medium to long hair and they're beautiful dogs. Beautiful. But for people to keep them happy, they take them out on farms and they build them a cart and attach it to them. And they're happy. Like, oh, good, I get to pull a cart around. They'll just walk around all day and do whatever you want.
Exercise. Yeah.
They just love to work. They're work dogs. That's what they're bred for.
There's some really big dogs out there like that are just massive that you got to be careful with. We're talking like 190 to 210 pounds. Some of those
Oh no.
dogs in the world. They're just like basically they sit next to you and they look like you're sitting next to a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the heck is that?
Like a horse.
I know, right? I had a black lab that used to sit on the couch with her back paws out like this, like she was sitting like a person, and she'd have her arms down by her side and leaning back on the couch, and I'd look over at her out of the corner of my eye, and she'd look back at me out of the corner of her eye. It was funny as hell, and she would just sit there and watch TV with me for like a couple hours, and she'd just lean back, and I'd look at her, and she'd look at me, and I'd look back at the TV. She'd look back at the TV. It was hilarious.
I need a minute.
She got some kind of cancer and
Okay,
died, but
yeah.
she was the coolest. She was the coolest dog.
One of my friends in high school, she was short, her brother was short, mom short, dad short.
Mhm.
What dog did they have? A fucking mastiff.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
So they can ride it, or
Yes.
I have
Right at the
never.
school.
Dogs are 140 pounds.
I always loved dogs. My mom never let us have them because we always were in apartments. So it was like, we're not gonna get no damn dog. Man, I went over their house and I was like, "Oh, you have a dog? Can I see Maggie?" I was like, oh, "Holy shit!" Like that is. I don't. It's like Ali said. It's like a bear. It's like that doesn't fit your brain's conception of what a dog is. Like that's too big to be a dog. That's something else.
Yeah.
And she was sweet and she was fine.
You tell a lot of people you have a dog, they say, "Oh, I'm not scared of dogs," and I show up with him. They go, "Holy shit!" Because
No.
he's 100 pounds. he's a big dog. He's 100 pounds. But it's like, but they're used to like somebody saying, I got a dog, and having like a 60-pound, 50-pound, 30-pound dog.
Or a 15-pound chihuahua. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. And that's what's in their mind. That's their concept of dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
show you.
seen a big dog. So
Yeah, real dog.
My brother used to have like I don't remember the name of it's an Airedale Terrier.
Yep.
that sounds right. Yeah.
And I am really, really short. So what will happen when I try to take the walk out for and to take the walk with the dog? What will ended up happening that the dog will be walking me because it will be dragging me around.
I make jokes like that all the time. There's this old guy that walks right by where I work, and I see him in the mornings. Oh, he goes to the grocery store every day, and he's got a black lab. And I'm like, who's walking who? Because this guy's got like a cane and the little grocery basket, and he's got the dog, and I think the dog's helping him to the store. He just pulls him to the store and back. I don't know. But the dog looks at him like he loves him, so that's always good. Yeah.
I mean, if I could trick this fool into pulling my truck, I'd do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Right?
But he's kind of like Sprocket from fucking Fraggle Rock. He's not, aside from scaring Fraggles away, he's not really good at anything.
One of those big ones, sheepdogs, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
The ones that they
English sheepdog.
they had the little barrel of rum in the cartoon.
Oh, Saint Bernard.
That's it, Saint Bernard.
There's
So
one of
I
those
went to
on the corner.
We moved into this house, and like the next year, I got to know the neighbors and stuff. And my brothers had gone down there. We all had bikes, and we ran around up and down the hollow on bicycles all the time. So my brothers were down there, and I went to go catch up with them and kind of like meet the neighbors and stuff. And they were already friends with them. And so I'm walking. I ditched my bike by the dirt road, and I just hopped across the stream, and I'm walking towards the house. Out of nowhere, like this huge white flash comes out of nowhere, knocks me on my ass. I think I'm gonna die, and it stands over top of me and licks my entire face. And then I hear somebody say, "Oh, you met Susie," and it was a fucking Saint Bernard. And she was the biggest, sweetest thing in the whole world. She would never like really hurt you, you know. She knew her limit. But every time I came over there, she came running. I'd go, "Oh, here we go." You know, like,
it's like Tigger. You just
that dog
clench.
loved, that dog
like
loved me, and I was like 6 and a half, 7 years old. This dog's taller than me, or as tall as me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, brace
But
for
big
impact.
babies.
Brace for impact.
Yeah, the big ones are always babies, every single time.
If they're trained right and they're raised right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which most of the time, people who get those like expensive, heavy dogs, they do it on purpose because they want them and they know they got a good head about them.
What's the ones that start with an A? Like they're kind of like a sled dog, but they're bigger. Akita, that's it. I recently had an Akita. She was the sweetest, gentlest dog. I mean, she'd walk in the room and everybody go, "Oh fuck, that's a big dog."
They look like huskies that went to the inner city school.
Yeah, and spent their afternoons at the gym because they were latchkey kids. Yeah, that guy.
They played tackle football at the park.
Yeah. Like no shirts, no shoes, no problem in the winter because they didn't have shoes. That guy.
It was just fight.
My brother, I think, has a dog just like the one that Mikey has. And recently they got it because the poor doggy was abandoned the street. Somebody just tied them to a pole and leave it there.
That's what I'm gonna do to you.
Horrible.
So I'm gonna do to you.
Oh,
yeah, my brother.
Really?
Yeah, my brother just. Oh, I have a new dog now.
Yeah, look at him. He looks so neglected. He just can't.
Yeah. So mistreated.
I mean, really, Mikey. You know,
up here for 5
why
seconds.
Doesn't he not have his own house? Seriously,
he does. He has 3 beds, and you know where he sleeps? On a shirt. On a shirt that falls on the floor.
Oh, he likes your smell. Is it your shirt or hers?
Either one.
Really?
find
Any
a-
shirt that it falls on the floor.
That's equal
find-
love right there, buddy.
He'll just any hoodie he can find, and he's just like, "Oh, this
That's
is great
cool.
for me."
That's
I'm like,
cool.
"Dude, I have
Dude,
a $60 fucking Amazon bed I put in the office, and you want to run out of here so you can get your ball and go lay on a fucking dirty towel." Like
Look,
he just
this-
lays on clothes.
It's not just your dog, man. My cats do that shit. I bought them both
Oh,
like
the cat. Yeah, also does that. Oh no, you got
fluffy,
Yeah,
soft, super
You're
soft,
back.
kind of soft beds. And I gave it to them, and they looked at them, and they went and slept on my clothes, my clean clothes. Didn't even smell
Yes.
like me. So now all my clean clothes all had hair on them. I went to pull them out of
Yeah.
the shelves, and they were just. I was like, it was like a mat. I could just pull it off. I was like, what the fuck? You guys have been sleeping on my dress clothes.
So I think I did it on stream. Like I ordered all this when we got this townhouse. I bought all this like flat pack furniture. So we had like the nightstands I built and like a bookshelf, and then like our bed frame. We got a platform bed frame, and I put that together.
Right.
So it's a nice low bed, which I enjoy because I will fall off that motherfucker. And then it's got, and it's.
Less distance to impact is what Mikey's going for.
I need to
Yeah.
preserve my. I don't know what the concussion protocol is for falling out of the bed, but I can't be having that.
I just put mine next to the wall, so I make sure I don't.
Look,
but I got the wife, and apparently she doesn't
Ah.
want to be stuck against the wall now. But
I'm an XCMT. I'm going to tell you right now, the best thing for that in the world is a blowjob. Tell your wife I said that.
you tell her.
No, bro, I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it
Hey,
either.
Ollie, tell his wife.
Why I got to die. But
I'm
the best.
sending him to die.
Yeah. I'm voluntarily sacrificing myself on the altar of that'll be funny. But underneath the very low platform bed, there's 4 drawers for like jeans or like bulky item like extra blankets and all that stuff. So she's got all her stuff under there, and it's filled just like our new dresser is filled with her stuff. And then she has a walk-in closet that's filled with her stuff. And then there's parts of my closet that are filled with her stuff. Man, she got so mad. She went to pull out like the cold weather stuff last winter, and all of it was coated in hair. We know where Dexter's been sleeping for the last 7 months.
That's what I'm
He
telling you. That's
crawled
what my cats did to my fucking dress clothes.
He went behind the headboard so that he was behind all the drawers.
Oh.
Climbed in, and he sees this dark, quiet place next to mom and dad. Don't have to deal with the stupid dog he can't fit.
Right.
And he had like a perfect little mattress out of her jackets and
Yeah.
pants and leggings. And he's got a nice little crib down there. So then she's like, I'll put a beach towel over it. The beach towel has a big dent in where he still goes into.
Yeah, you may be keeping the hair off your clothes, but I'm still getting in the drawer, motherfucker.
He's
Yeah.
sleeping in there.
This is my place.
This is my place now.
Everyone else has a
Ew.
bed. He figured he needed a bed.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna take the rest of this off. I just lost somebody very close to brain cancer, so
Oh,
I'm,
I'm so
sorry,
to hear that,
Neil.
Neil.
I'm going to
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
for sure.
I'm really sorry.
You know, if you need anything.
Dude,
Yeah. Call it, shout out. I'm really sorry, mate.
Sorry for your loss.
thanks, guys.
Love you, man.
Bye.
Yeah, go take care of you,
I
man.
don't
Take
even know where
care.
my head is now.
No,
Yeah, don't worry.
You
I'll
guys
I'll wash up.
Okay. Thanks, brother.
Yep.
bye bye.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks,
care,
guys.
Neil.
Love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you too. Wow.
Boys, that brings back some bad memories.
Yeah.
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 It sucks.
It's always the good ones, man.
Yeah, bad people seem to live
Forever.
inordinately
Don't they?
long periods
Yeah.
of time.
Yep. Just recently, like this dude died. It was an ex-president of Mexico. So you know that is the worst asshole that you can ever find in the planet. But he died after lived 100 years old, and he died in comfort and peace with money and everything. So I was pretty pissed for that.
Yeah.
Because he was a guy who sent police to kill a bunch of students in '68.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And yep,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he just
The
lived
good
to
old
be
days.
100. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, if it was me and I was 15 minutes away, I'd be heading there right now. That's just me. I would go check on.
And also, Trump is
Yeah.
going to live to 146.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, the last 60 will be in jail because
Well,
the walls are closing in there, big boy. I got a
You need
bottle
all-
of champagne ready for it.
I know. Isn't it great?
It's not gonna
I was
happen.
just saying on Granny's stream
I don't think
Jail
it's
time.
that his
remember
friends and lawyers
SMS?
are like little roaches, and somebody turned the light on, and he's the dumb roach sitting in the middle of the room going, "What's going on?" They're all us, and they're
They've
all
all-
running away. His
they've
kids
all-
are ditching him, man. It's
They've-
great.
They've all fled. They've all fled the scene.
And he's got so many contacts still, dude. Before they come and actually get him, he'll flee the country and go someplace where there's no extradition.
That's the
He's
thing,
not
though.
going to see any jail time, dude.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He
Even
can't.
if they go after him, he's not going to see any.
That's the thing. If you're a former president, you can't go wherever you want. You have
And
secret
by the
service.
way-
You have a
Russian?
secret. You have a secret service detail for life. He
Oh.
can't go anywhere without the United States government knowing where he's going. He can't. They'll stop him.
It's true.
He can't leave.
He literally cannot.
I don't know.
Gotcha,
And
big boy.
Have you seen there is a book that it says that he is the son of man?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
And
there's a
Amazon,
whole
I saw it.
there's a whole literal cult around that asshole.
They literally think he's like the second coming, or God sent
Jesus.
him
Yeah,
to get everybody ready for Christ to come. I've heard all
Yep.
kinds of
That
ridiculous.
one actually says
shit.
that he's like the Messiah, the son of man.
I know. Are they on crack? You know what I think it is? Here's my
Well,
secret.
I'm
gonna tell you guys my
They
secret.
are on crack.
Yes, they
but-
are on crack.
Some of them are. I'm going to tell you my secret of why I think Trump became so popular. Why he was so all these people love him, and they like, hey, he has this cult following. This is what it is. He is the first president ever to not use 24-letter words. He sounds like a complete idiot. They think that they relate to him because they sound like an idiot too.
Yeah.
That's an
He is the
old
first
trope.
president that all those fucking backwoods, uneducated, incestuous rednecks who are all the people following him, they actually understand him because he just talks gobbledygook, and they're like,
That's-
Yeah.
I believe too.
He speaks
But-
drunk guy at the bar who wants to tell you everything and explain
Yes.
life to you.
Yes.
Yes,
Like, dude, go away,
Yes, that's
man.
the
You
one.
don't know anything.
he's Norm.
Yep. I also
That-
I
No,
have the
Norm,
theory
don't
that they
touch-
love
That's
him.
an old
Irritating
trope.
person.
That's an old trope in the Republican Party, and a beat core of impudent snobs, as
Mhm.
William Sapphire wrote for Spiro Agnew. That was like, these people think they're better than you. I mean,
They are.
Yeah.
the whole focus of the Republican message, at least since post Goldwater, say,
Mhm.
has been, these people think they're better than you, and you should be mad about that.
Mhm.
They started back then.
So
You are under attack by your neighbors who have compassion, so you should hate them.
Mhm.
It's a gospel of hatred that
I
has been
also think that
building in this country
Vicious circle.
since the mid '60s.
Well, you know, Steph, the bottom line is, could you imagine a
That's
government
my fucking
that-
life, you know. It's like,
Yeah. Could you imagine a government that, like the people actually ran and that the
Mm.
people actually had control over? Well, see, here's the thing. If you keep us all divided and hating each other, we're never going to get together and say, fuck you, we're done with this shit. We're
Mhm.
never going to be strong enough unless all of us agree and get along. And the whole point is keep us needing them and make sure we don't get along and they get exactly what they want as long as that's happening. So all these idiots that are bigots and racists and whatever the fuck they are, you know, transphobes, everything, all of it, they're
When
they're just feeding into it. They're giving them what they want while they're bitching about them doing it.
Yeah.
I
Literally.
I swear that when the history of the country is, you know, looking back to this era, that's why the Vietnam War was such a fucking tragedy.
Mhm.
That was a
Because
mess.
the Vietnam War was a tragedy because it took the focus off social justice in this country. We, you know, Johnson was a very tragic figure. He was so dedicated to foreign policy and stopping communism that he didn't focus on, you know, what he did with the Great Society and all of that stuff. I mean, the 1964 Civil Rights Act was transformative. It was absolutely transformative.
I mean, oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
And all of that was at risk because of the war.
Yep.
And you know, we got Nixon. We got, you know, it was like, oh my God, Goldwater's going to blow us up in 1964. That was the campaign there.
Yep.
And then it was, and then the war led to Johnson being swept away because nobody wanted to fight in a fucking thing.
Yep.
And then that led to Nixon being elected, which was the comeback of Republican plutocracy.
Mm.
And Nixon was corrupt as fuck, but the Republicans didn't have the balls to just say, yeah, he's corrupt as fuck. Fuck you. We're going to keep him in power. You know, there were these people that said, yeah, you know, no, this isn't cool. We actually do want to say the N-word. We actually do want to say all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have this little interregnum with Jimmy Carter, and then in comes Reagan. And Reagan was a racist, fascist, motherfucking asshole who brought a whole shit ton of racist, fascist, motherfucking assholes into the corridors of power.
Reaganomics.
And everybody thought the fucking guy was a saint.
You couldn't do any wrong.
Couldn't do anything wrong.
Well, it just depends on how they paid off the media to portray him.
Yeah. It was a brilliant media figure, but he was the Trojan horse that brought the John Birch Society back into respectability in American politics. And
this is what I've been saying about Trump.
Now,
he's a distraction.
What we're living now is the legacy of that. We're
Living
the legacy of the downfall of the Democratic Party of that time.
Also, I think that they don't love him because he claims to hate all the people they hate.
Right.
The first speech that he gave was about, Mexicans are drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're not sending their best people.
Best. Yeah.
Really? Because the way you guys abuse them and you stick them out there in the fucking fields, making sure we all fucking eat, I don't think you can say lazy fucking Mexicans. So everybody kiss my ass on that one. I have worked in so many areas and so many places with industrial farms, and you know who has the shittiest job on every single fucking farm? All the Hispanics.
Hispanics.
Anybody of any Spanish origin at all. I don't care if you want to call them Latino or Hispanic or
And
Mexican, whatever.
It's so
All of
fucking
them were
racist.
the ones. They were the ones like shoveling, chicken shit.
It's so
That's
fucking
what they
racist.
did.
It's so fucking racist to just sit there and say, "Whoa, well, we need immigrants." You'll hear so-called centrists go, "We need immigrants because they'll do the jobs that Americans won't do." And what they mean by Americans is white people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're not going to get our hands dirty. Well, like 80% of us won't get our hands dirty.
Looked over at us and like, oh, won't you guys? We're like, nah, we won't do fields no more, big guy.
Yeah.
We won't do that.
You know what you know where I'm at? I'm just north of Houston. I'm driving through Houston, drove through Dallas this morning, and then Houston this afternoon. And I got to go back up to Dallas. But anyways, and I'm looking around and I'm like, look, do you see like all the mechanics, the construction workers, the people, working like at the supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Very few white people. The white people are driving around in all the expensive fucking vehicles with cowboy hats on, thinking their dick's bigger than everybody else.
Well, apparently
And everybody around them is kissing their ass because they have to have a job. And that's all I saw. That's all I saw.
If America had left Latin America alone and not tried to, I don't know what the fuck we're trying to do now, but Mexico would be a lot better off if America just acted like a fucking trading partner and not a fucking dad. And everything has to be punishment on Mexicans, and it's always stuff with the cartel that the government has problems with, or Republicans have problems with. It's always the cartel and the Mexican government that they have a problem with. So they take all that out on the Mexican people, like they have anything to fucking do with
I know they're trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
They're trying to get out of there because they're dying because of the cartels.
Well, they don't set the trade agreements, right? Like the average citizen doesn't set up all this.
No, of course not.
They don't.
It's like saying we did it.
Yeah.
We're nobody.
I don't set the speed limits in my city. Like I'm not responsible for that. So I would be very upset if somebody just came at me all hot and hostile talking about some, the speed limits around you. What are you doing about that? Nothing. Like I did to put them. I did nothing to start it and I have nothing to do with it. Like, what are you talking about?
Right, exactly.
I plan on doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's like walking into a grocery store and yelling at the guy because the price of gas at the gas station across the street. It's inane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, I think we're at just about an hour. If anybody's got anything else to throw up there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and make it a close. Call it in the books. Thanks to everybody in the chat on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new. We need one more. I think we need one more follower on Twitch to get 100.
Let's go.
Will it be you?
Somebody go
gotta
tap
be
that
somebody
Twitch
out
button and follow.
Somebody out there, smash the button.
I already follow them everywhere, so I can't.
Hit the love
So-
button.
Make
Hit
fake
the love
accounts.
button, folks.
Make a fake account.
Look, everybody out there, you want to do it. Ring the devil's doorbell. Do it.
That's
Make
something
it happen.
If you love Satan, hit the bell. Thanks to all of our amazing patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the continued financial support. And if you're not in a position to do that, don't worry about it. Just make sure you smash that like, follow, and follow me and Neil on Twitter at 604Atheist and at Mikey Famine. So like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require
extraordinary
evidence.
Hey, guys.
All right, guys.
What will become of